Hi there everyone, your Pyral here with some more Pokemon Platinum. Last episode, we solved the mystery of the Harbor Inn. We found out that the mythical Pokemon Darkrai was the cause of a lot of the nightmares that have been happening here in Canalave City, including Sailor Eldritch's son. Anyways, this episode, we have quite a few things I want to do, so I'm gonna meet you at the first destination that I want to go to. So the first place I want to go to is over here at Jubilife TV. This is something I could have done pretty much at any time, but I'm gonna do it now just because some of the rewards that you can get from this have some spoilery images for the main story of Platinum, so I feel like this would have been the best time to show it off. But right over here, if you talk to this guy before, if you gave him the correct words, you could get Mystery Gift as an option when you start up the game, which I believe I showed off, but there's other things that you can get from him, namely special box wallpapers. There's 8 in total that you can get, and this is different for every file. It's dependent on your trainer ID, which you can see by just going over here to your trainer card. Speaking of my trainer card, after beating the Pokemon League, you get another star. The other star that I got was from getting 50 flags from secret bases in the Sinnoh Underground. But now, anyways, my trainer ID is 64913. And this is going to be different for you. Like, no matter what file you start, it's going to change. So, just keep that in mind. And the way that you can find this out, there's actually, there's sites online. I'll link to the one that I'm currently using, where you could just input your trainer club ID, the game that you're using, what language you're playing, and it will give you the words that you need to give to this guy to get each of the box wallpapers. Now, the thing is, you need to input them one at a time, but oh well. So, I'm going to start off with, let's see, I'm looking at my monitor here, so forgive me, but the first word here is, it's all the way down here, jeez. Surrender. Surrender. Jeez, have to go all the way down again. I prefer to go in ABC mode just because it's more, I guess, organized, in my opinion. Surrender Steel. Okay, then. And now, next one I'm gonna give you is... Oh, this one's pretty funny. Okay, so... this one is... Pressure. Pressure. School. Yeah, I feel pressure from school sometimes. Well, I did, because I'm not in school anymore. Oh? The fact that you know that phrase tells me you're someone in the know. You're a trainer, right? I'll pull some strings for you. I think I can swing a deal to get you a new wallpaper for your PC boxes. Make sure you keep your channel tuned to Jubilife TV. And then, I'm just gonna input the other ones as well. So, if there's any interesting ones, I'll cut to those, but if not, then yeah. So I'm on the third box wallpaper that I can get, and the first option, or the first set of words is grandfather and normal, which, okay, I guess that's weird enough, but the second set of words that I have to input for this wallpaper is forewarn normal, which is weird, because I think that's the first time I've seen, like, the same word used twice like that. Oh well. That's another one for me. Okay, then. I'm on the second set of words for the fourth one, or the fourth wallpaper I can get, and it's nice. Nice. But yay. More wallpapers for me. No guard pocket money. I'm pretty sure you should probably always keep your pocket money guarded. And that is the last of the wallpapers I can get. So now I'll meet you over at a Pokemon Center. Okay, so I'm at a Pokemon Center, and before I show off the new PC box wallpapers, right off the bat, Rowan's PC has now changed to Oak's PC, so if you want to get your Pokedex evaluated based on how many Pokemon you have caught, you can do just that. Which I'm not going to be filling up the entire Pokedex because that's going to take forever. And then also, there is the Hall of Fame option. So, this just tells you what level your Pokemon were when you beat the Hall of Fame, how many times you've beaten the Hall of Fame, and the day that you beat them. And if you press A, you can see like the moves that your Pokemon had at the time. And there you go. So I've only beaten the Hall of Fame one time, but if you decide to take on the Pokemon League Challenge multiple times, you can also see those times. I believe the Hall of Fame PC can only hold up to 20 different entries. I might be wrong on that. Also, as of just something I want to note is the Pokemon League, it's gonna get tougher. It's just something I'm gonna point out. Anyways, box wallpapers. First, before I show off that barrel, you're coming with me. I'm just gonna go to an empty box here. So if you want to change your box wallpaper, just press A right here at the top thing that has the name of the box and go to wallpaper. So there's a bunch of default ones that are available, like the forest, city, desert, which is what this box was at originally, savanna, crag. There's some pretty interesting like default ones. Volcano, and I think the default boxes like just we'll shuffle through these. Like box 1 is going to be the forest, box 2 is city, box 3 is whatever, etc, etc. Let's see, I'm on to beach now. I just want to show all of these off just because I don't think I'm going to get another opportunity to do so. The river one looks pretty nice. Sky one also looks pretty nice, etc. Which also, I guess that's another cool one. Machine. Checks? What's that? Oh, a checkerboard pattern. Okay. And simple. Now, these last two categories, the friends ones, these are the ones that you'll unlock through talking to that guy in Jubilife TV. So the first one here, distortion. It shows off the distortion world. Really cool. But that's not something I want to show off while going through the main story of the game, because that would have spoiled the distortion world. But it is really cool that you get to see, like, a shadow of Giratina right there. Then next up, contest. This is just based off the contest hall in Heart Home City. Nostalgic is actually really cool. It has pixel art from the Generation 1 games. Like you can see the PC here, the TV, tables, and one with like a vase on it, the town map, sprite. It's really cool that you get to see that. And you get to see like the different tile sets that they had for buildings. Next up, just the Krogunk. I don't know why, but that's there. Then onwards to Trio. This has the Sinnoh starters, which is pretty cool. Pika Pika, which is the Pikachu family. Also a cool one. This one is also really cool, but also really spoilery because it's Giratina. Also, one thing I do want to note is if you're playing Diamond and Pearl, some of the wallpapers will be different. So, like this one, the Legend one, it's not going to show Giratina, but instead it's going to show Dialga and Palkia. And then Team Galactic has the 4 commanders and Cyrus, which, again, was something I didn't want to spoil in the main story or anything, which is why I'm doing this now. Anyways, this one was originally desert. So, yeah, that's just a neat thing I want to show off. Anyways, now that I've shown off the box wallpapers, the last thing I want to do for this episode, or the last notable thing at least, is head on over to the Send-Off Spring. Now that we've beaten the Pokemon League, Cynthia is no longer guarding the entrance to that cave that we saw when we left the Distortion World, so we can actually explore that place. And it's a pretty interesting place, I will say. And the entrance is right over here. So the spring path, if I remember correctly, in Diamond and Pearl, it didn't have this route music. It had like the music that plays in the old chateau. Also, this place would only be available for you to explore after completing the Pokemon League in Diamond and Pearl. Or technically after getting the National Pokedex, I believe. So you couldn't really see this place before like you could in Platinum. Can I not get interrupted by wild Pokemon? No, I can't. Okay, right down here, I want to use Rock Climb. And as you can see, Cynthia's no longer blocking the cave. Because she's off doing Cynthia things, I guess. But this cave is the Turnback Cave. I don't have defog! Not like it matters. Past 3 pillars, offer up to the... before 30 is surpassed. Yeah, I forgot that defog was a thing that you kind of need. Anyways, so the main gimmick here of Turnback Cave is there's 4 different paths that you can take. There's a north, east, south, and west path, and I think it's all random depending on which one you go, but sometimes if you go through a path, it'll lead to a quote-unquote generic room. If you go back, it will just take you straight to the start. Like if you go back from the room that you came through. So, other times... Oh, nope. Other times, not interrupted, you will find a pillar. Gosh, I'm really glad I got lucky with that one. So, if you investigate the pillar, you will have 2 numbers. The top number will be whichever pillar you found. There's 3 different pillars you can find, and then the bottom one is how many rooms it took you to get to this room. You have to find 3 pillars before you reach 30 rooms. And also, after finding a pillar, the Pokemon that you can find in Turnback Cave will change slightly. So now, after finding the first pillar... Wow, I found pillar number 2 already. But after finding the first pillar, you can find Haunter here in the Turnback Cave. I've already gone over both Ghastly and Gengar, funnily enough, but Haunter, it is a fast Pokemon with high special attack, especially once you can trade to evolve it into a Gengar, plus it has the ability to levitate, and it can learn a lot of really handy special-based moves, even put things to sleep with Hypnosis. It's a pretty solid Pokemon all around, so it's one that I can recommend using, but again, you do need to trade, and if you have the method available to get Gengar without trading, then I would just recommend doing that. Anyways... Do I go up here? It's always random. Okay. Really? Oh, well, there's a wild hunter. Well, I guess I'll just, crunch and munch. And a wild Pokemon here will, get higher level depending on how many pillars you've seen. So, like, if you haven't seen a pillar, you'll find Pokemon in, like, the mid-teens. So, yeah. Let's see, I'll just go in this room. Oh, found the 3rd pillar already. So if you find 3 pillars before you hit 30 rooms, if you hit 30 rooms, it'll just take you back to the very beginning. But now, doesn't matter which way you go through, except I think the way you came back from. So no matter which way you go through, you're going to reach the end here. And this item that you get, the rare bone, it depends on how many pillars, or how many rooms it took you to find the 3 pillars. If you find them in 3 rooms, you're gonna get a Reaper Cloth. If you find the 3 pillars between 4 and 15 rooms, I want to say, you get the rare bone. Then between 16 and 30 rooms, you get Stardust. And now, if you investigate this, This is that where life sparkles, that where life has faded, a place where two worlds overlap. And right over here is a portal that leads to the distortion world. Before I go into this, if you were to knock out Giratina in the distortion world, you can find Giratina just waiting for you in this room. It'll still be at level 47, although it will be in its altered form. So there is that, and if you knock it out, it'll just come back after you beat the Pokemon League. Same with any other Pokemon like Uxie, Azelf, and Mesprit. But anyways, let's go into the distortion world. So there isn't much for us to do in the distortion world this time. It is nice to be back here, but there's only really one thing for us to get. I think I'm heading the right way. I mean, there really is only one path to take. Yep. So right up here, just continue going along, and you can find this item that wasn't here before. If you remember, this is where we encountered Giratina originally. And this item is the Grisius Orb. I'll show what that does once we leave this place. Also, I think the rare bone that you can get, or Reaper Cloth or Stardust, I think that respawns whenever you leave the Turnback Cave. So you can possibly get as many rare bones as possible. Or Reaper Cloths, or Stardust. So, money grinding, if you want. But yeah, I like how the Turnback Cave is just this link to the real world, quote-unquote, and the distortion world. This is kind of hinting at that. Now, before Platinum came out, a lot of people like to speculate that this is just like lore for Turnback Cave being the gate to the afterlife, and Giratina being like the guardian of that, I guess. Because Giratina's Pokedex entry states that it could be seen in like cemeteries and whatnot, but it's left up to interpretation, which is still pretty cool. Anyways, you can just go through any of the exits and it'll take you right back to the first room. I kind of want to go see if I can get the Reaper Cloth here, but it's not really necessary. Nope, I'm not gonna bother. But let's leave. And I will meet you over at a Pokemon Center now. Okay, so actually I kind of lied. Before going to a Pokemon Center, right over here in the Valor Lakefront, you go inside this building, and you talk to this guy, the game director. We've seen every Pokemon in the Sinnoh region, so his little reward for us is a certificate saying that we did. Okay, then. I forgot that it like moves to the bottom screen. But yeah, that's one of the things that you can get from this guy. If you complete the National Dex, you'll see a different certificate. It's pretty cool. I mean, that if you want to view it again, just talk to the guy. But yeah. Anyways, Pokemon Center, that's where I'm heading. Luckily, there's one right over here in Sunny Shore City. And I don't need to go through grass. So, sweet. But yeah. The reason I want to go to a Pokemon Center, one, is because there's only one thing I want to show off, actually. So, it involves that Grisius Orb that we got. So, I'm just gonna quickly head on to the PC. And grab Giratina. So, the reason why I'm grabbing Giratina is because with that Grisius Orb... Oh gosh, I need to scroll all the way down my items. I wish there was a faster way of just scrolling through your items, but alas, not not a thing. I mean, you could use the touchscreen to kind of go down your item list faster, but not really. Anyways, the Grisius Orb. A glowing orb to be held by Giratina. It boosts the power of dragon and ghost type moves. If you give it to Giratina, it changes into its origin form. So now, let's talk about Giratina in its origin form. Origin form Giratina is more offensively oriented than altered form Giratina. Giratina, its base attack and special attack will swap with its base special defense and defense. Base or attack swaps with defense, special attack swaps with special defense. At least base stat wise, not like it's a flat out value. So its defense isn't going to go straight to 131 when I take this orb off, but because offensive gear or altered or wow, I'm stumbling on this, but because origin form Giratina is more offensively oriented, the Grisius Orb works really well with that because it has some really good just stab moves to work with, same type attack bonus, such as Dragon Claw. Later on you could teach it Outrage, Ominous Wind, I guess, if you want to rely on the stat boost, and Shadow Force, which is a really powerful ghost type move. I mean, it does require the 2-turn charge up, so there's that. You want to be careful that your opponent doesn't like switch into a normal type Pokemon. But also, Giratina in its origin form has access to the ability Levitate, which means it's immune to ground type moves, which is pretty useful in that regard. It doesn't have pressure like its altered form does, but it's also not meant to stall much. I mean, it does have the same HP stat as altered Giratina, so it could take hits decently well, but it hits really, really hard. Now, the downside to this is it doesn't really have some other moves that it would like to have, such as Shadow Sneak, a really good priority move that can make use of its average speed. It doesn't get Shadow Sneak until Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and it could really use it here, but oh well. And then there's some moves that it gets access to in later generations as well, but just give it like Shadow Force, Dragon Claw, or Outrage, or Draco Meteor, because it could hit hard on the special side of things, or Shadow Ball. You can even give it Will-O-Wisp to let it take hits a little bit better on the physical side of things. Really, really fun Pokemon to use. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about Giratina in its origin form. Really good Pokemon. Whether you want to be more defensive with Altered Giratina or more offensive with Origin Giratina, it's up to you. Both are really, really good options. Anyways, I'm gonna need you here. Who do I want to take? Yeah, I'll put Bakugo here. Anyways, with that out of the way, that's pretty much gonna be it for this episode. We got some cool box wallpapers and showed off some other PC stuff, and we went back to the Distortion World after exploring Turnback Cave. We also got to see Giratina in its origin form again. Anyways, next time on Pokemon Platinum, there's something for us to do in this area of Sinnoh. Not in Sunny Shore specifically, but rather, we're gonna make a return to the Pokemon League. Kind of. You'll see what I mean in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and see y'all next time for some more Pokemon Platinum. Later!